Hi, I'm Kerry Mayeur with Phoenix Restoration Equipment. This is going to be a short video on how to replace a GFCI on a AirMAX low profile air mover. For filming purposes, we went ahead and removed the blower from the upper housing. When you reorder a GFCI, it's going to come in a kit. The kit will contain instructions, a GFCI, 2 nuts, and 2 screws. In order to access the GFCI, first, using a T20 Torx screwdriver, remove the control housing from the upper housing, and you do that by removing the 2 screws. And simply lift, and we'll move this right out of the way. From the factory, the GFCI is riveted to the upper housing. In order to remove the GFCI, using a pair of side cutters, we're going to cut the tops off of those rivets. And we'll try to get as much of the excess removed. It'll make it a little bit easier to pop the GFCI off. The rivets are made of aluminum, so it should not be too hard to cut them away. We'll do the same thing on the other side. That should do it. Next, using a flathead screwdriver, place the screwdriver between the GFCI mounting bracket and the upper housing and simply pop it away. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Okay. Once the GFCI is removed, we'll have to remove the remaining part of the rivet from the upper housing. There we go. Okay, next, on the new GFCI, you notice there's a yellow strip that will eventually be taken off. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we put the wires in the same place on the new one as the old one. So first, we're going to start with the white wire, and all you need to do is loosen these, because these are just a fork connector. I'll pop that right on. And next we'll just flip that right over. Just remember that the purple will go opposite of the yellow wire. And finally, the black will go opposite the white wire. And next we'll have to do the two ground wires. And next we'll reinstall the GFCI into the housing. And to do so, instead of using rivets, the kit will come with 2 screws and 2 nuts. And to reinstall it, just simply place the GFCI into the housing. Has to screw through and install loosely the first nut. And we'll repeat that on the other side. And finally, using an 11/32 open-end box wrench, we'll hold the nut and tighten it with a number 2 Phillips screwdriver. And finally, we'll reinstall the control housing cover to the upper housing. Again, using a T20 screwdriver, T20 Torx screwdriver. All right. Next, we'll plug the unit in, and we'll test the GFCI. Right now it's tripped. We'll hit the reset button. Notice that the light illuminates. You hit the test button, the light goes out. That completes replacing the GFCI on the AirMAX.